Hey guys, Hector here with my friend Amanda, and I want to talk about this really, really weird topic that just popped up out of nowhere. And you already know about it, that's why you're laughing, because
It's weird.
weird. Okay, so there's supposedly a new movement, which I bet isn't even big, where parents are raising their children without genders or gender roles and stuff. And I understand doing it no gender roles. You don't say you're a boy, therefore play with army men. You're a girl, therefore play with Barbies or whatever. I understand that, but they're going further and saying we're not going to even address it by he or she or anything like that. See, I'm saying it because they call them Theybies because they don't refer to them as anything other than they until they're old enough to decide whether they want to be a boy or a girl. What are your thoughts on that?
Okay, so I started going to school for psychology, and the first thing we had to do was take a bunch of child development classes. So I can tell you right away, I understand where this is coming from, but that is actually pretty damaging for a child because children need that kind of structure. When children don't have that kind of structure growing up and they don't learn things like schedules and discipline and blah, 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 and all that, then that's when you get like a generation of kids who have a lot of issues with like motivation and focus and, those kinds of things happen. So it's good to call your child, if while they're growing up, if they're sexed female at birth, then you call them female. But it's your job as a parent to allow them to challenge these rules, to allow them to challenge whether or not they feel like they want to be female or male. And that's fine. That's part of the growing process. But until that happens, it's like you have to help them build their identity. That's the whole point as a parent. And then, as they get older and they start developing a higher intellectual ability to understand themselves, then, they can start exploring that. But until then, like as a parent, it is your job to provide a life and a structure for your child. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, no, that's fine. It's just that this sort of stuff and weird rhetoric gets tied to leftists, Democrats, progressives and stuff. But as a progressive, I'm not a Democrat. I will definitely say I'm not a Democrat. As a progressive, I definitely always say, yeah, there's some of these weird-ass people here, but those are like Tumblr people. They are not politicians. They are not making legislation or whatever you want to call it on this. They're just doing it themselves.
I do want to interject real quick, just
Go
because
ahead.
I do have a Tumblr, so I do see a lot of very cringy people say very uneducated things. I have not seen the Theybies thing on Tumblr at all. Well, I mean, I believe you. I see what you're talking about because that's
I'm just saying that's
the generic populace, but I haven't seen this. Mm-hmm. It sounds more like it might be, like those book club moms that kind of like stay home and they don't know a lot and they listen to what was her name, Gwyneth Paltrow, and she's like, "Hey, put like a jade egg in your pussy," and like it seems like that kind of crowd that came up with the Theybies thing.
I guess that makes sense.
It possibly anyway. I'm just saying maybe it did originate on Tumblr, but I haven't seen it.
Well, that's pretty much all I have on this topic. I don't know if you have anything else.
Nope.
But again, as always, feel free to leave your own comments down below. And like this video, I guess, if you liked it. And subscribe to my channel for more political, current events, and miscellaneous whatevs. See you guys later.